Namaste. So tonight I'm going to read Book 8, Chapter 11, on the description of the continents and of Bharata Varsa. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Patra Kali. Hari Om Tat Sat. Narayana said, in this Bharatavarsa, India, I am present as the first of all in the shape of the man, and present existing before you. Let you praise me incessantly thus. Narada said, thou art the Bhagavan, obeisance to thee. Thou art completely free from attachment and envy, and thou art the incarnate of Dharma, Jnana, and Vairagyam, dispassion. No trace of ahamkara, egoism, is in thee. Obeisance to thee. Thou hast nothing of wealth. Thou art the foremost of the family of rishis. Thou art Nara, Narayana. Thou art the Paramahamsa, the highest class of ascetics and renouncers of the world. Thou art the highest Guru. Thou art happy with thyself and the leader of all. I bow down to thee. Thou art the Lord of all, yet not mixed in the work of creation, etc. Though thou residest in every embodied being, yet no hunger and thirst can press thee. Though thou art the witness, yet thy sight is not at all disturbed by the proximity. Thou art not at all connected, and no desires can come to thee. Thou art the witness, so I bow down to thee. This path of yoga has come out of thee, and it is established in thee. The Bhagavan Hiranyagarbha has given instructions on the cleverness in yoga. Thus, that leaving aside the egoism of this body, the seat of all evils, the people at last will take resort to the path of bhakti and set their minds on thee, who art beyond the pale of the three gunas, if, like the ignorant persons, very much attached to this world, as well as the next, the wise pass their time in the thoughts of their sons, wives, and rishis, and ultimately become very much pained on the destruction of this ugly body. Persons versed in jnana and vijnana be afraid in the end of their separation from the body. Then their study of the sastras and all their labors become labors merely without any effect. When such a thing occurs to the learned, then, O thou, the subduer of the knowledge of senses, thou thyself givest us instructions that we may easily think of thee, then this terrible clinging to this ugly body that thy Maya brings about, and which it is very difficult to discard by other means, will leave us quickly. Narada, the sayer of all, well qualified with the knowledge of all the tattvas, the foremost of the munis, thus worships it and praises Narayana, who is unaffected by any of the upadis and who corresponds to Nitya and Leela, both permanent and the pastime making. O Devarishi, now describe to you the rivers and mountains in Bharatvarsa. Hear attentively. Malaya, Mangala Prastha, Menaka, Chitrakuta, Rasapa, Kutaka, Kola, Saya, Devagiri, Rasyamukha, Sri Sela, Vyankata, Mahindra, Varidhara, Vindhya, Suktiman, Riksa, Pariyatra, Drona, Chitrakuta, Govardhana, Revataka, Kakuba, Nila, Gormukha, Indrakila, Kamagiri, and many other mountains that cannot be numbered. Great merits accrue on seeing these mountains. Hundreds and thousands of rivers ensue from these mountains, drinking their waters, bathing in them, and visiting them, and singing their praises, completely destroy the sins of mind, word, and body. The names of the rivers are Tamraparni, Chandravarsa, Kritamala, Vatodaka, Vehayasi, Kavari, Veena, Payasvini, Tungabhadra, Krishnavina, Sarkara, Vartaka, Godavari, Bhimarati, Nirbindya, Payosnika, Tapi, Riva, Surasa, Narmada, Saraswati, Charmanvati, and the Indus, Anda, and Sona, Risikulya, Trisamya, Vedas Miriti, Mahanadi, Kausiki, Yamuna, Mandakini, Drasadvati, Gomati, Sarayu, Oghavati, Saptavati, Susama, Satadru, Chandrabhaga, Marud, Bridda, Vitasta, Asikni, and Visva, and many other rivers. Those persons that take their births in this Varasa enjoy the Divya, divine, human, and the lower enjoyments as the effects of their karmas in accordance with their sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic qualities. All the inhabitants of this Varasa take their sannyasa, vanaprasthas, etc. in accordance with the rules of the Varnas, castes respectively, and enjoy beatitudes as dictated in their sastras. The Vedavadis, the propounders of the Vedas, the Rishis and the Devas declare that this Varasa is superior to all other Varasas, as the grace of God is easily obtained here. They say, oh, what an amount of good works the inhabitants of Bharata Varasa did in their previous lives, that by their influence the Bhagavan Hari has become pleased with them without their having any sadhanas, good yogic practices. Therefore, we also desire to have our births there, for there, if we be born amidst the persons there, we would be able to serve Hari, Mukunda in every way. What will survey austerities, gifts, sacrifices, and practicing vows avail us? Even if we go to heaven, what benefit will we derive there? Then we would never be able to bring our mind to the lotus feet of the Bhagavan Narayana. Our taste for sense enjoyments would increase, and we would be wholly deprived of Bhagavan. Far better it is to be born in this Bharata Varasa as short-lived persons than to acquire other places where one can live up to the period of Kalpa and then be reborn. For the intelligent people of Bharata getting this mortal coil can within a short period devote themselves to the Bhagavan Hari and be free from rebirth. That place is never to be visited and served, even if that be Svarga Loka, where the nectar-like ocean of the sayings of Vaikuntha are not heard, where there are no assemblages of saints who take refuge of the lotus feet of Bhagavan, where the great sacrifices and festivities of the Bhagavan Vishnu are not celebrated. Those persons that do not try for moksha when they get human births and when they possess jnana, kriya, methods of doing sacrifices and other works for the help of jnana, and dravya, materials for those sacrifices, are certainly like beasts and get themselves repeatedly entangled into bondages. The people of Bharatavarsa offer oblations to Indra and other deities, invoking their names separately with proper rules, vidhis, mantras, and parodasas, a sacrificial oblation made of ground rice and offered in kapalas or vessels. But the all-sufficient Bhagavan Hari, the giver of blessings, accepts those very gladly. True that he grants unto the people what they ask from him, but he hardly gives anybody the Paramatma, the highest goal. The reason being that the people ask again and again after receiving what they had asked. So he gives of himself his own lotus feet to those who, having abandoned all their desires, worship him and him only with the idea of love. Thus we are living very happily in the heavens as the fruit of the Istapruta that we performed fully. Yet we want that we may also be born in Bharatavarsa with our memory all renewed with the thought of the Bhagavan Hari. The Bhagavan residing in this Bharatavarsa awards the highest welfare to its inhabitants. Narayana said, O Devarishi, thus the Devas of the heavens, the Siddhas, the highest Rishis, sing the excellent merits of this Bharatavarsa. There are the 8 Upadvipas of this Jambhu Vipa. When the sons of the king Sagara were searching for the footprints of the stolen horse for Ashramedha sacrifice, they found these Upadvipas. So it is definitely stated. The names out of are made, these are Svarnaprastha, Chandra, Sukra, Avartana, Ramanaka, Mandaro Pakya, Harina, Panchagyana, Panchajanya, and Ceylon. The length and breadth of Jambudvipa have been described. Now the other 6 dvipas, Plaksa and others, will be described here. Here ends the 11th chapter of the 8th book on the description of the continents and of Bharatavarsa in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Gopali Durga Kashmashmi. Om Tua Mata Chavita Tua Tua Bandus Chatrasakatu.